Hello there, fellow model makers, and welcome to the third part of my Hasegawa 148 scale A6M2B0 Type 21 build. Last time, we put all the major parts in place and we are now ready to paint this aircraft. I first gave the kit a good cleanup with some alcohol, and then it was time for AK Extreme Metal Aluminium. Once the aluminium paint was dry, I gave the kit a coat of hairspray straight out of the can. This is just a generic hairspray I picked up from the market. The only thing is that I first tested it on a piece of plastic before using it, something I would recommend you do as well. The instructions suggest Mr. Color 128 grey-green for the underside of the plane, but I found that this Tamiya XF14 JA Grey is a close match. I will be using the Tamiya paint since in certain parts I will be using the underlying hairspray for chipping, and that technique works better with Tamiya. At least that's what I feel. Right, on goes the first layer of XF14. Time now to add some shading. I will start with XF82 Ocean Grey. But I guess any grey would work, just not too dark. I start off by painting a few panels, just to make them stand out. And yes, I am using post-its. Now for some panel line shading, which I did horribly. Sorry about that. But in my defense, I am going to bury most of this under more paint. But yes, I am guilty of cutting corners here. Some pre-shading contrast is created by painting some panels with white. I blend all the pre-shading with another light coat of XF14 JA Grey. This pre-shading was something I saw in a book and really liked it, so I thought I would give it a try. For the main paint, I use a mix of Hobby Color H59 IJN Green and H15 Bright Blue, once again inspired by something I saw in an Aces High publication. I will start with the 50-50 mix, but with every progressive coat, I will increase the IJN Green. The last coat was almost 90% IJN Green. But for now, let's go with the first coat. As you can see, the first mix is very bluish. I start with some pre-shading, this time doing a better job than I did with the underside. I now wet the surface and using a brush start chipping excessively. The water activates the hairspray and the paint comes off easily. This is one reason that I decided to use Hobby Color, which are water-based acrylic paints and ideal for the hairspray technique. A light coat of green-blue mix is now applied. But this time, as you can see, the mixture leans a lot more towards the green than blue. This is about an 80-20 blend of the two colors. The idea is not to reveal the underlying aluminium chipping, but to create two types of base paint, suggesting that some areas, especially near the wing root, have seen more wear than others. Now to highlight the panels, which I do by mixing JA Grey and the IGN Green. This mixture is now carefully sprayed into the panels. All the effects are blended in with a light coat of IGN Green. This time a 90-10 mixture of the green and blue. I decided not to go with the decals for the wing roundels. Instead, I cut a mask using the decal as reference for size. However, for the rest of the roundels, I used the decals. The roundels, or Hinomaru, was minimally weathered, as I have read in several places that the ground crew was required to take special care of these. I had initially used this Arabic numeral decal for the tail identification number, but later I changed this decal with the Japanese characters because I liked that look better. The identification band was also masked and painted. But before I paint the band, I apply some masking fluid. After the paint was dry, I removed the masking fluid. Once again, I painted areas within the band with a light coat of yellow, trying to achieve more than one texture and effect even within this restricted area. For the panel line wash, I went with MIG's North Africa Dust. Now I add some oil paints. I will be using these three colors: buff titanium, cadmium yellow and burnt umber. A mix of the colors is applied at the wing root and blended. After the panel line wash and oils had dried, which takes some time, I gave the kit a coat of flat varnish. Well, I had hoped to finish this kit in this video, but I guess it will take one more episode. In the last episode, I will add some chipping and weather the belly of the aircraft. The last few remaining pieces will be painted and glued in place. But all that will come next time. Thank you for watching this video and I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe. Till next time, good luck and happy model making.